Seboom. Seboom. Yo, hi and welcome to a new episode of the Beatbox Talk Interviews. This time we have the one and only, the legend himself, Hobbit is in the house. Bro, thank you so much for coming. How are you, man?
Thank you for having me, bro. Yes, I am very well, very good, and enjoying life. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm also really good. I'm happy that we finally can see each other again. Even though it's even though it's just a video conference, but still, I know soon we'll be hanging out at one of those events. It will be awesome. And and also for those joining the live chat right now, welcome everybody. You guys know what's up. Today you have the chance to ask Hobbit all questions about the topics of beatboxing, and of course, after those we will watch or react to 3 beatbox videos, and Hobbit is so kind and will give his feedback and some tips and tricks how to improve and how he liked the video. And at the end, of course, we will have a super nice showcase. Yo, I'm so excited. But before we get started, the first 2 questions, they are always reserved for me. And so the first one, classic, nice and easy. When did you start to beatbox, and what was the impulse for you to get started?
Yeah. I've been beatboxing now since about 2002. So
Mm-hmm.
coming up to 20 years of knowing what beatboxing. Actually, probably is about 20 years since I discovered beatboxing, but I started in about 2002. Um I was very both my parents were musicians, so I had a lot
Mm-hmm.
of music going on for me growing up, and then I always really enjoyed rhythms and drums and
Yeah.
anything that had a beat, and I'd always kind of nod my head to it. And then when I was at school, um, I, when we were on our lunch break, we had a music room that had a drum kit, and I was allowed to stay there in the lunch break and
Mm-hmm.
hit some drums and have a lot of fun. So I did that quite a lot. And then from that, a friend of mine at school was like, "Oh, you like drums and all that kind of stuff." This
Yeah.
My brother's got this mixtape that had a beatboxer on it, and this beatboxer was this guy called Razal. Some of you may have heard of him.
Oh, yeah. I heard. Yeah, yeah. I think I
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
some of you may know him. He's and yeah, and he was on that mixtape, and he was doing "If Your Mother Only Knew," and I was like, "Oh, that's." I make kind of those sounds when I'm messing around with drums,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just kind of fell in love with it, and then found some more beatbox clips online. I think one of the early ones I saw was one of Justin Timberlake beatboxing, which I don't recommend watching because it's not a good example of beatboxing, but it was one of the only few clips around at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I discovered other beatboxers like Killer Keller, Kenny Mohammed, and all of those kind of
Mm-hmm.
people at the time. And yeah, became addicted to doing it. Discovered humanbeatbox.com, which
Mm-hmm.
was known as beatboxing.co.uk then. And this
Mm-hmm.
was for just to let everyone know, this was before any social media was a thing. There was no
Yeah.
Facebook, there was no YouTube, there was definitely no Instagram. I think MySpace was just about beginning.
Yeah.
If anyone remembers that, I know you do, but I don't know if
Yes.
anyone else
Yes.
does. And so yeah, the only way to kind of talk and discover beatboxing was over humanbeatbox.com,
Mm-hmm.
where they had a forum where you could post up things and be like, "Hey, my name's Hobbit. I'm from the UK. Is there any other UK beatboxers here?" And then people would be like, "Yeah, I'm from here." And then we started to meet up, and I met people like Yason,
Mm-hmm.
and Bellatrix, and Experimental, and yeah, kind of loads of beatboxers back then who we just started meeting up in parks and beatboxing with each other.
Oh,
um,
best time.
yeah,
Best time.
and it was nice. It was before beatbox battles were a thing. I think
Mm-hmm.
there were kind of some little online battles, but no one
Mm-hmm.
really knew what they were.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I just became addicted to it. I started doing shows, a lot of things called open mics. So there'd be like kind of small venues or
Mm-hmm.
pubs or bars in my local city, and I'd go and sign up to perform.
Mm-hmm.
After like there's a guy with a guitar singing with his dog or
Cool.
something, and then
Yeah.
I'd come on after and be like, and everyone would be like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
Um,
That was
and then
brilliant, mate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Top work.
Yeah, top work.
And yeah, that really started getting me on the road for performing. And then from doing these shows, someone would see you and be like, "Hey, do you want to come and perform at this event?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any budget, but I can pay for your travel." And you'd be like, "Oh yeah, cool, I'll do that."
Mm-hmm.
And then you do a few of those, and then someone would be like, "Hey, we can pay your travel plus we have a bit of money as well." And you're like, "Oh,
Oh,
great."
yo,
And then
yo.
yeah, and that kind of built up from there, and yeah, now it's become my full-time career and has been for the past like 15 years.
Ah, that's so cool. Also, I can remember so well having the first paid gigs. Like,
Yeah.
the first one with my beatbox crew, it was 50 euros, which is about 47
Woo.
pounds. And we
Yeah.
like, yeah, uh-huh. And we
Yeah.
got some stamps for beers, so
Yes.
we had everybody, we
Yes.
had 3 or 4 free beers. Dude, like we were living the life.
It was the best one. I remember for early shows and like taking friends with me and being like, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy a drink." It's like, "Hey, don't worry, have a beer ticket." And they're like, "What? You're famous. You have beer tickets?" It was like, I was like, "I've only got three. That's as far as I can go,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
can
yeah.
have them."
Like I only have 5, bro. We can
Yeah.
share, but
Yeah.
please, please don't overdo it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and then you have the first gig where you have absolutely really free drinks, and then you kind of have to, keep it cool.
Yeah,
Sometimes you overdo
chill.
it,
Yeah.
and it's so cool. The everybody in the live chat, you guys are already on fire. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. Yason is already here. Shout out.
What up? Yes.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, bro. I haven't seen you for a long, long time as well. I hope you're doing well. Also, we are already receiving some questions. Thank you all
Woo.
so much for the questions in the live chat. So keep on asking. I will say them out loud or ask Hobbit directly. Also, yes, there was a Steam notification. Danger was writing me some messages, but it's all cool because. Okay, so the first question is, it's from Dan Hudson. What was the most memorable moment for you in beatboxing?
Whew. Great question, man. Who was that?
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
Dan Hudson.
Dan Hudson. Great question. I like that. I mean, I've been very lucky to have kind of done a lot of different things throughout my time making noises. Um, and yeah, I've had a lot of very exciting things, but I'd say my most memorable thing was probably in 2015 and becoming world champions with the Beatbox Collective.
Mm-hmm.
It was very unexpected and yeah, huge proud moment in my career. My mum was very proud, for example,
Yeah.
but no, but yeah, it was an incredible thing to happen because yeah, we kind of went into that battle just
Mm-hmm.
being us and didn't overplan anything. I think some crews that were there, they'd like planned little dance steps and come in the same outfits and all these
Yeah.
kind of things, which was great. But we just went in and was just like, we're just gonna do us. We do what we do at shows
Mm-hmm.
and hope that people enjoy. Um, and yeah, that was definitely one of my most memorable moments while beatboxing.
Absolutely. It's so fun um, when you win your first national championship, or was it with the first world championship, that people in your, in your social bubble start
Mm.
really to think, okay, now he's really a professional. Before that, he like you just like a street arts, artist, and you're like, yeah, some I don't know, he's doing his weird mouth sounds, but
Yeah,
now he's champion.
it's
Oh, okay.
legit.
It's legit. So
Yeah.
what was for you the first moment where you thought, okay, now people really are realizing that I'm being real about that whole thing?
I think when I was starting to do more shows, I felt like that. But there's a TV show in the UK. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
children's TV show that's really really famous. And I don't think it's on anymore. But it was like the thing you watched as a kid after you came home from school, and it was called Blue Peter. So I know Yassam will know what this is, but some people in other countries won't know. But anyway, if you go on this show,
Mm-hmm.
you basically get what's called a Blue Peter badge, and you wear this badge, and it means that you've done something cool on the show.
Oh,
And
okay.
in 2011, at the UK Champs, they came to film the UK Champs, and they asked me to teach the presenter how to beatbox.
Mm-hmm.
And this was televised on national TV in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had loads of messages from like old friends at school, family members, and whatnot, being like, "Oh my gosh, you're doing really well." And I was like, I mean, I'm just on a TV show, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's so it's and it's really nice to, coming to a point where you think like, okay, now I kind of starting to get, the possibility that people are seeing what you're doing.
Mm.
It's beautiful. Also, Sensei Beatbox, shout out to Sensei.
Sensei.
I know that it's really late where you are, so I really appreciate that you are here, bro. Thank you. He
Thank
did
you.
ask, how did it feel to battle again on Saturday? Oh,
Ooh,
please
yes.
tell me.
Good little knowledge there. Yeah, it was yeah, so on Saturday I took part in a battle on Beatbox International server,
Mm-hmm.
um, which was part of the along with Clip server,
Yeah.
and they're doing this loop station team tournament. So it's 5 versus 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think somebody couldn't make it, and then yeah, one of the captains just asked me, he was like, "Hey, I know you're not battling anymore, but do you fancy battling?" And I was like, in fact, what we were talking about before this call about the GBB
Mm-hmm.
wildcards, and I think I became inspired by them, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And yeah, it was nice to battle again. Obviously, it's a different energy because it's online, and I did a few online battles last year again with
Yeah.
Beatbox International crew. They had their tournament on, which was kind of countries versus countries, and so I did some solo stuff, but this was a loop station battle, so it's the first time I've done a loop station battle in 7 years, maybe,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
since
Mm-hmm.
2014.
Wow.
But yeah, it was great. It was great to battle again. I had fun, and but you can see the kind of evolution
Mm-hmm.
of loopers out there. You know, everyone with second devices sounding like
Yeah.
very fully produced beatboxers. But yeah, it's good, man. I enjoyed it, and I'll definitely be back at it again. And
Cool.
you might see something coming out from me soon. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh yeah. That's some good news, bro. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Keep on making my day. That's perfect, man.
Yeah.
So cool. Just to dive back for a second where we were talking
Mm.
about for Yason wrote, if you had one of those badges, you could basically do anything in England. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
really?
You could get in. Yeah, you could like you got like discounts at places. You could like skip the line at like if you went to a theme park, then you'd be like a VIP. You could get
What?
into like loads of places. It was like a badge of honor.
No
Yeah. I've still got
way.
mine somewhere. Yeah.
Bro, that's awesome. Like,
I
what
don't
a
think it's worth anything anymore, but at the time it was.
wow, that's insane. That's super cool, man. So that was really, so did you wear the badge then?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would as well. Like, come on.
Constantly. This is me.
Yeah, this is me. You feel like a
Yeah.
sheriff, like you're the boss now,
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
man.
I have another question from Dan Hudson. He's
Yeah.
asking, who was the biggest inspiration in beatboxing for you?
Ooh, good question. I'd say for me it started off with Razel,
Mm-hmm.
as kind of jumping in, and then I think just because of the UK vibe, Killer Keller was a huge inspiration for me.
Yeah.
Um, both from his unique sounds and the way that he performed, and yeah, just his general beatbox kind of library of sounds. I really loved it, and I was very lucky to um, go to a lot of his shows when I was starting off beatboxing. I was
Mm-hmm.
part of. He used to have a street team, which is basically um, at his shows you'd go and like support him, and you know, get people to like sign up to his newsletter
Mm-hmm.
and be like help with his merch and stuff. So I got to like kind of tour with him a bit, going to shows and learn about how to perform, which
Mm-hmm.
you know I pay a lot of respect to that. And then also I've got to say a big shout out to Tight, who
Yeah.
was like my kind of father in beatboxing. He taught me how to teach beatbox workshops.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me a lot about that kind of stuff. So I've got to say a huge respect to Type. But yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot, and it was a kind of a nice time where you had these good figureheads in the scene
Mm-hmm.
who were doing amazing stuff. And like for the new generation back then, you had, you know, you had your Razad and your Kenny Mohammed and your Killer Killer, but then we also knew where it came from and had the respect for people like Dougie Fresh and
Yeah.
Buffy from the Fat Boys and Biz Markie and you know all these OGs who are the reason that we're here now, you know. So
Absolutely.
um so yeah, the I feel like now inspiration is a lot more, I guess, unique to each beatboxer because you
Mm-hmm.
have certain uh, people in the scene who you look up to. But I think back then it was, yeah, it was a little bit different. But yeah, definitely shout out to those people.
Yes. Yes. And also, because you mentioned Killer Keller, the
Mm.
way he was envisioning beatboxing and the way he set up a show. So
Mm-hmm.
if no, like all the people who haven't seen Killer Keller in the old days, also with the band and stuff like that,
Mm.
this was like a whole show with singers and bands and DJs and the
Yeah,
beatbox show and stuff. That was insane.
it was incredible, and he was, you know, he was one of the first to like make a beatbox album,
Mm-hmm.
um, which was all like his music, his original music as beatboxing. And you know, like Razal had a couple of albums which were
Mm-hmm.
great, but his beatboxing was skits in it,
Mm-hmm.
and he focused on the rap side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was amazing to kind of have that concreted in the scene, to have those beatboxers like Razal, like Killer Keller, making
Yeah.
beatbox albums for the mass people to listen to.
That was really sick. Rilana is asking, what do you like about judging?
Ooh.
Oh.
Thank you for that question, Milana. Um, yeah, I definitely enjoy judging more than battling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But no, I think judging is, it can, yeah, it can be fun and it can be hard. It can be enjoyable and it can be stressful. I will say that. But I think one of the things I love about judging is seeing people really push themselves and showcase their best ability. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially for something like Grand Beatbox Battle, and when I'm done things like UK Champs and judging the French Champs is a big one
Yeah.
that comes to mind of one of my favorite battles that I've judged, and
Mm-hmm.
really seeing people just show their best stuff and really go for it, and I find that amazing, and you're always discovering new things and being
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I didn't think anyone could do something better than this, and
Yeah.
then suddenly somebody does something better than that, and then somebody does something better than that, and you're like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to stop?
Yeah.
And I really loved that from being a judge, but also just, yeah, just being there to really look at things and analyze it and
Mm-hmm.
be like, focus on the kind of little things as well. Like it's all good somebody coming up and having one new special sound and you're like, wow, that, you know, that could win the battle, but then you listen to all the other things, and it's, I find that really interesting, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, on my geeky beatbox side of things. I really, yeah, really enjoy that. But I mean, most recently judging the Grand Beatbox Battle wildcards was, yeah, was really hard. I loved
Mm-hmm.
it. It was a great experience, but definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to judge.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly one of the hardest jobs I've ever had to do,
Mm-hmm.
because it's so hard to rate people when they're at such a high skill level, and you're like,
Yeah,
but is this
absolutely.
person better than this person? And you're like, well, they are in some, for some reasons, but then for some reasons they're not. And then you're like, you're having that struggle. But yeah, it's great to just see the evolution of beatboxing and looping and the way that everyone is pushing this art form to the highest degree. And I've been lucky to judge stuff over many years, and for it to still be continuing to grow and evolve, it's
Mm-hmm.
just it's mind blowing.
You mentioned it before, talking about the online battles with multiple devices. So, what is
Mm,
your opinion about this? Because thinking of the Helios Line 6, this
mm,
is a 1,500 or 1,400 euro
yeah.
or a dollar device.
Mm,
So, and you also have a screen on it and stuff like that. So, in fact, it's almost like using Ableton.
mm-hmm.
So where do we draw the line, or should there be extra categories? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you nailed it. I'll get to
Mm-hmm.
that bit that you said at the end, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's an interesting one because, excuse me, I think uh, you have to be careful. In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be careful of using a second device and letting it control your loops and
Mm-hmm.
what you're making.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can use it to, much like you're using the Boss RC505,
Mm-hmm.
you're you're using that to enhance the sounds that you're making, to create music and create different sounds and create a different environment, and to level up from what you want to do as a solo beatboxer.
Mm-hmm.
And using a second device is great if you use it to enhance those sounds and those ideas. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're using it just to take over from stuff, so I know that some of them you can just pre-program kind of scenes in it,
Yeah.
and then you go to them, and then you've got it already before you're even starting the loop. So
Yeah.
somebody who's just using a loop station is already at a massive disadvantage because you don't have that preparation
Mm-hmm.
to be able to, it's going to take you 30 seconds maybe to loop a four part
Go.
harmony, whereas someone can just do it and then it's
Mm-hmm.
it's there already. But if you're using it to enhance what you're doing, I think it's really great.
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, it's a tough one because the second device is here. It's here to stay. There's no denying that. But you have to you have to know or understand how it can evolve your sound rather than take it over, which is
Mm-hmm.
can sound like a bit of a confusing thing. But one of the things that I've been thinking about and been talking to a few people about
Mm-hmm.
is having a two kind of category loop station battle. So you have one which is just for Boss RC505 users
Mm-hmm.
who just want to use just a loop station and kind of do it the raw way.
Yeah.
And then have another one where it is second devices where you can go to the full degree and the full level of
Mm-hmm.
live production where, there's a lot of work done before you're battling to know how things are set up. But I'm very intrigued by them. I really want
Mm-hmm.
to try one, but I
Mm-hmm.
also don't want to spend 1,500 euros on a on a device that I
Yeah.
potentially might not use. Over the years, I've had
Mm-hmm.
like Chaos Pad
Mm-hmm.
and some TC Helicon ones, and I've just put, for me, my personal taste
Mm-hmm.
of my looping. I've never got on with them, but
Mm-hmm.
some people are really amazing. You look at Dice, who
Yeah.
got the number one wild card,
And
and the
it's
way that he
super
used
sick.
it. Yeah, the way that he used it to enhance what he was doing was great, and the
Mm-hmm.
Saber Zhangze, and all the people who got in the top five. But then, saying that, you look
Mm-hmm.
at Biscuit, who got
Mm-hmm.
the number five place, and he's just using a 505. So
Yeah.
it's not to say it's not possible, and Rhythmind as well, of
Mm-hmm.
course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's definitely possible. You just have to really, really know the 505 in and out more than probably know the 505 more than you know yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is, like, thinking of the Helix, that it's a 1,500
Mm,
euro device. Does it split up the gap between being able to compete or not? Like, of course, if you are
mm,
very well, like Saro, just
mm,
going start strictly 505.
mm-hmm,
um or like, also, when you're spending 1,500 euros for a device like that, can you not spend 1,500 or 1,000 euros for a MacBook Air, for example, with Ableton?
Yeah, and it's not much different. It'd be interesting to know where the line will be drawn. I know
Mm-hmm.
there's obviously in a lot of the battles you can't use MIDI keyboards and nothing pre-recorded, so it has
Mm-hmm.
to be everything that's triggered.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not to say you couldn't use something like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you could use something like Ableton Live where you're triggering effects that are
Yeah.
still produced by the human voice.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, who knows where it's going to go to next, and whether they
True.
will, in some of these bigger battles, whether they will need to have separate categories. I think it would be really, I just think it'd be really exciting to have one battle which is ones with second devices, and you have that, and it
And
can be,
whatever. Let's go.
yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
one with just 505 and
Yeah.
have those two different levels to it. I think it could be really exciting. So
Yes.
who knows what will happen, but I'd love to
Absolutely.
see that.
Absolutely. Sorry guys, in the lecture for drifting off, but I think that topic was for me like I was very curious.
Mm.
So we will dive back in and answer all these questions. Wow,
Yeah.
guys, thank you all so much for those many questions. Holy crap, like what happened here? Okay, so Rilana did ask, what is the biggest change you've experienced in the beatbox community over the years?
Ooh, the biggest change. Um, there's been, I mean, definitely the style. I would
Mm-hmm.
go to say the style of, um, like the way people beatbox in terms of,
Mm-hmm.
um, how people are doing routines and how people are performing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I first got into the scene, it was very much doing covers. Like
Yeah.
because I think because it was so new to a lot of people, there wasn't a big following online,
Mm-hmm.
um, or there wasn't an online to have a following. But there wasn't much from that.
Yeah.
And when that started, people were going on talent shows like Joel Turner was on Australian Idol,
Paul Paul.
and things like this. Yeah, Polpo, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to get anywhere in a competition like that at that time, it's a bit different now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not so much different, but it's a bit different. But the only way to get through that kind of thing is doing covers. And the same on the flip side of that, the same with just doing general shows. When I first
Mm-hmm.
started performing, um, you could go in and beatbox and it would be great, but you'd lose the attention after a very short while.
Yeah.
So you'd have to bust out "Drop It Like It's Hot" or something like that to get the attention.
I
And
like
but
to
even
move it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it still works now. I'm not gonna lie, but
Man, it's still working.
but even in battles, like if you go back, even not that long ago, you go back to like 2010.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of covers in battles. Like, I mean, I'm talking from the UK champ side of things, especially. And even in 2011, and then people started evolving and discovering new sounds, and people really wanted to have their own style and own
Mm-hmm.
sound. And I think, you've got beatboxers to look up to who really evolved it into that new space and kind of changed people's thought process on, oh wait, I don't have to just do "Drop It Like It's Hot" the whole time. I can make a song that's going to get people's attention
Mm-hmm.
and people are going to enjoy it. And then yeah, I think it was the kind of the evolution of that side of things and the style of the way people did stuff. And I feel like, something like Grand Beatbox Battle, and
Yeah.
has a big part to play in that. And
Mm-hmm.
like, I was talking, I forget who I was talking to, but someone like Gene, for example,
Yeah.
and his entry to GBB, his jigsaw routine, which was
Mm-hmm.
one of the maybe not the first time, but definitely one of the first times that someone did kind of a beatbox track as an entry to a
Yeah.
battle. Before it was like, I'm going to spam loads of sounds, do loads of techniques, show my amazing bass, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to finish with this. And that was the thing. And then it kind of, people were like, oh, I can still get into this battle if I'm doing my own music and doing my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then having these different showcase battles definitely help with that, because it's changing people's perception on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think definitely the biggest change I've seen is the style of beatboxing going from the old school style, which is known now, which I guess I'm old school.
Yeah.
And then the new school styles of like LM and,
Mm.
Reaps One and people like that. And then now the kind of, I don't know what you call it now, the new school.
Future school.
Yeah, future school with like
Mm-hmm.
D-Lows
Mm-hmm.
and, and people like that who are
Vocoder.
just vocoder, yeah, and taking it to this whole like
Yeah.
next level. Um,
Absolutely.
but then, and some people have really joined that wave and float and gone with it. Someone like Alexinho, who's been around in the scene since he was. I
Mm-hmm.
remember him when he was very small, and he really just rode that wave, and now he's world champion and
Yeah.
now in GBB again. So it's all an
Mm-hmm.
interesting journey. But yeah, there's a lot's changed, and I guess the other thing just to throw on the back of that is battling. Like battling
Yeah.
was never a thing before that much,
Mm-hmm.
um, and now it's like every beatbox event is a battle. Um,
Yeah.
there's not many just beatbox jam events, which there used to be.
No
We
conventions anymore.
no conventions. Sadly, that was my favorite thing
That
back in
was
the
the
day.
best.
Yeah, we want to try and bring it back. Hopefully, shout out to BoxCon Global who've been doing amazing stuff online.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, we'd love to do something in person of some
Mm-hmm.
description. We did a couple of years ago at the 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
2018 UK Champs. We had like a kind of mini beatbox convention in the day with
Mm-hmm.
workshops and talks and stuff. But yeah, we'd like to bring it fully back,
Yeah.
without the pressure of having to have a beatbox battle on the
Yeah.
end.
Absolutely.
Would be nice.
Absolutely. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Rilana is also asking, when are you coming to the vocal total battle? Yeah, very
Woo!
good question. When are you
Good
coming,
question.
bro?
I don't know. When am I coming? Who knows? Soon. I'm gonna say soon.
Please, please, man. That will
Yeah.
be. I think we will have a blast, man. That would be
Yeah.
so sick.
I'd love to. I've heard good things about it. It looks like an amazing battle, and Clumsy Tongue hosts it, right? So
Yeah.
he's an old friend. So
Yes, yes. So it's fun, fun, fun. Absolutely. I think you will love it.
sick.
Um, Remix is asking, what is Hobbit's favorite genre of music?
Oh, what is my? I'm one of those annoying people who like many different, but I mean probably Heart on Heart is probably hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
just because that's one of the music genres I remember finding like my own or discovering my own opinion on
Mm-hmm.
back when I first listened to music. And
Mm-hmm.
well, I say first listened to music, I listened to music for a long time, but that was
Yeah.
like the first CD or tape cassette I bought
Your
back in the
music.
day. Yeah, it was like I bought this, I made the decision to buy this. It's not something that's playing in the house or on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I listen to it to a lot of different kind of styles. I've got a lot more into more instrumental type beats at the moment, and a lot of kind of electronic, but
Mm-hmm.
more chilled kind of vibe when I'm working. But yeah, definitely, I'd have to say hip hop is there. But then I've got a big fan of drum and bass, jungle, grime, um, old school UK garage.
Like
The
as
list
a
continues.
beatboxer, you have to be open-minded.
Yeah, yeah. And but it depends on the setting as well. Depends on the environment. Depends on where you
Mm-hmm.
are.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yasin is asking, not sure if you mentioned this yet, but
Mm.
what was it like doing voiceovers for the cartoon characters you have done in the past? Would you like to do more? And do you have any plans?
Hmm. Good question, Yason.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I really love that world of voicing characters. It's kind of a different thing, and I think us as us as beatboxers really fit into that
Mm-hmm.
role really
Mm-hmm.
well. I was lucky to have been asked to voice a character for a Cartoon Network show called The Amazing World of Gumball,
Mm-hmm.
um, which was a character called Duke, who he had a boombox for a head, and he could only talk in beatboxing. So even though I was doing something I was comfortable doing, which was making noises, in the studio when we were recording, there was a director who was directing me for the scene, and I was having to answer people or characters, sorry, who were talking real words with
Mhm.
beatbox sounds, but with different emotions. So
Mhm.
I remember the first day I went in, and it was like, I think this scene where they're poking fun at the character I was playing,
Mhm.
and they were like, "Oh, just see what comes up," and I do a thing which was like, or whatever, and they
Mhm.
were like, "Ah, yeah, it's it's kind of good, but um, can you make it so he's angry at first, but then scared, and then at the end he wants to fight them?" So then I'm like, how do I translate that into beatboxing?
Yeah.
um, and yeah, so it was really exciting, and I really loved that experience. And
Mhm.
I got to do a few shows, and I wrote a song for the show as well, which is in one of the shows,
Mhm.
which was an all beatbox track, which one of the characters rapped over.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite things to do. And then I've done other voicing characters within theatre shows. So I've
Yeah.
done 4 or 5 different theatre shows now, where I've been me in the show, but then I've voiced puppets in the show, which has been
Cool.
quite fun. So everything from a little monster, which was a backpack that turned into a monster, to these other giant monsters made out of card, to this little man who was this like kind of head teacher who had to make this weird old voice
Mhm.
who sounded like he was about to die. He didn't die though. No
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yes.
And and so yeah, it's quite fun to do. And then also with well, both myself and with the Beatbox Collective, we've done some TV adverts where we've done some voicings for different things. So
Mhm.
I'd love to do more, because it is something that I think, like I said, we as beatboxers, we don't just make sounds. We're doing impressions of different things, and whether
Yeah.
that's an impression of a bass line, or a synthesizer, or
Mhm.
a car horn, whatever it
Yeah.
is. Um, I think we kind of jump into that role of impersonating things quite well and putting on voices. And I know that, for example, Bass Six out of the Beatbox Collective,
Mhm.
he's one of the best people in the world that I know at doing different accents and voicings.
Mhm.
And he can just switch straight away, and he'll suddenly go to a Scottish, and then he'll go somewhere else, and then he'll go to Irish. And that was a really bad example, but
Yeah.
he is amazing at doing that,
Mhm.
because he used to do it in school,
Mhm.
when he'd mock his teachers doing their voice and stuff. So, but yeah, having that ability to
Mhm.
to impersonate stuff is great. And yeah, I'd love to do some more voicings of characters and whatnot. So hopefully again soon. But yeah, the if you haven't seen it, check out The
Gumball.
Amazing World of Gumball.
Yes.
Um, yeah,
Rilana
it's
just freaked out.
oh really?
Yes, yeah, she just said, "No way, get out of here!" Like, I
uh,
watched the show, and then Hudson, like,
yeah,
what? Heidi Owani, that was You Come Again. Yes, so
yeah, yeah. Not
people
a lot of
really
people
love
know
that.
that. It's funny. I am in the credits, so
Yeah,
you don't watch the show to the credits. If you watch the
obviously,
credits, you would have
guys,
seen my name.
you
Come
should
on.
wear the blue badge and
Yeah.
a T-shirt. I'm in Gumball.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
I'm the guy.
I'm
I'm
the
the
guy.
guy.
Okay, so we have few more questions. We'll go through them really quickly, and then we will watch 3 videos.
Yeah.
So then Hutz is asking, are you ever gonna get back into battling? E.g. entering GBB/UK champs.
Hmm. Good question. Well, I did battle last week, or at the weekend, rather, 2 days ago. Feels like last week,
Mm-hmm.
uh, online. And yeah, I'm working on something else at the moment, which,
Mm-hmm.
Dan, if you subscribe to my YouTube page, you'll see it posted this week. But yeah, as for UK champs,
Yeah.
I'm one of the organizers and owners of UK champs now, so I won't be entering that
Mm-hmm.
for obvious reasons. I don't want to cause any controversy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, GBB would be great to do. one day
Mm-hmm.
maybe. But I feel like it's something which is such a big event that you need to really want it. You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to have the passion to do it,
Invest a
and
lot of time.
invest a lot of time. And I was, yeah, I managed to get second place many years ago against
Mm.
Firebraz, which was a great battle, and that was kind of the early days of looping. But who knows? Who knows? I
Yes.
definitely love to start battling again. It's something that, especially off the back of watching all these amazing GBB wildcards, it
Mm-hmm.
makes you very inspired
Mm-hmm.
to want to get back on stage. But like, yeah, I think like you say, it takes a lot of time and a lot
Yeah.
of passion and energy
Mm-hmm.
to enter a battle, something like World Champs or something like GBB, which is so
Yes.
huge,
Mm-hmm.
that you need to really dedicate a lot of your time and life to being able to win it.
True. Absolutely. Um, the unknown beatbox is asking, what keeps you motivated towards beatbox?
Mm. Unknown. He is unknown.
Yeah.
Um.
Now the camera, I don't know why, but for somehow we lost the
Oh.
like the video signal.
Oh,
I
from
still can
me.
hear you though.
Ah.
Hmm. Oh,
Let
yeah.
me try.
No. Uh, yeah. You were there for a second.
Oh yeah, it's gone off. Hang on. Let's try.
Oh, I'm seeing already some very, very good questions. Also, uh, oh, so now the audio device switched as well, I think. Oh, now we're back again. So we will have then later a question from George Machi Machititse. Ti-
Good name.
Machititse. I hope I pronounce it correctly, George. If
Better
not,
than I
now's the
could.
time to tell me.
Yeah.
Uh, because yeah, we have what do you think? Yes, very good question though. Oh, one question there. We don't need a picture. We don't need a visual. Remix is asking, what's your favorite number of the alphabet? Yes or no?
Oh. Uh. No.
Okay, perfect.
I think I've been moved rooms, bro. I'm not in the Beatbox Talk one anymore.
Oh, really? Like I'm seeing you here, and I'm also because if you wouldn't be in the room, I wouldn't be able to hear you.
Okay.
Should I move you out for a second and move you back in?
Yeah. Just trying to fix it. I seem to be in a
That's
different
right.
room.
Oh, thank you very much, George. In the meanwhile, I have another question.
Yeah.
What was your favorite era in the UK beatboxing scene? That's a toughie.
That's a real tough one,
Yeah, because
man.
you can hurt so many feelings. Like, what about this one time, when we were hanging out, bro?
None of them. Um, yeah, there's been some great. There's been so many amazing moments. I don't think I can choose one. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry to disappoint you, but like I'm gonna go through some highlights. Like 2005, the first UK Beatbox Championships. I didn't enter, but I was there,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, kind of didn't know anyone, didn't see anyone.
Mm-hmm.
um, but I didn't. Sorry, I didn't see anyone. I didn't speak to anyone. I should have
Yeah.
said. But yeah, enjoying the battles and seeing Faith SFX win that was an incredible thing.
Oh, legend.
And then yeah, and then 2006 was my first battle I entered in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost straight away in the first round.
Ooh, I know that.
Yeah, it happens. You all have to go on this journey, right?
Yeah.
And then, um, yeah, then I guess there was a lot of amazing stuff that's happened. There's too much to talk about.
Yeah.
One of my definitely one of my highlights was the 2000 and I'm gonna say multiple 2007 to 2009 beatbox convention that happened in London,
Mm-hmm.
where got to meet loads of UK beatboxers who I hadn't met before, and people like Skilla, Likos,
Yeah.
Firebraz, I mean yourself, so many so many
Mm-hmm.
Eclipse before anyone knew who Eclipse was, um, and and loads of people from the States coming over and chilling with Bilo for the first time and having that, just amazing connections with people, and that was a real highlight. Um, and then seeing it evolve, and then now being the organizer and one of the for the UK Beatbox Championships has been
Yeah.
definitely a privilege to do, um, and to be a part of that and
Mm-hmm.
see all the amazing UK talent that's coming
Mm-hmm.
through. And I'm just excited for the future, to be honest. There's been amazing stuff that happens, but there's so many amazing beatboxers in our scene in the UK who are just doing incredible things. So I'm excited to see where we're going to go next.
Absolutely. Absolutely. About oh now we got visual again,
Oh, good.
but the audio has changed now because I think we're hearing you now via your webcam and not via the microphone.
There
Oh,
we go.
there we go. Back in the game. Perfect.
Back in the game. What
Yo,
happened?
yo,
I
perfect,
didn't
perfect.
press anything.
Just wobbling the whole device. Like, come on, come on. Like
Yeah.
old school slapping electronics. I think there was a point
Yeah.
where devices got too expensive for hitting, so people were like, ah.
Oh no.
Perfect. So
All right.
we got one more question,
Cool.
and everybody else, please don't worry. We will watch them few beatbox videos. All your questions are definitely not lost. Danger sent all those questions to me extra, so I still got them. So we will ask him afterwards. But
Nice.
in this one question, we want to dive in, and then afterwards we will ask the others. So Dan Hudson is asking, what advice would you give an old school beatboxer in today's style of beatboxing?
Ooh, good question, man. I'd say, try not to talking from experience, try not to try and fit the mold that you feel like should be fit by
Mm-hmm.
an old school beatboxer. Like, if you're not comfortable trying to learn the lip roll with the post snare along with a um
Inward
whatever else, inward
bass and
bass, and then finish off with a vibration bass. Don't worry, like, stick to what you're good at, stick to what you know, refine your sounds, because
mm-hmm.
every beatboxer has a unique sound, and
Yeah.
things will come as you want them to. Like, um, with the for example, with the lip roll, for me, it was never a thing that I wanted in my set. I never wanted
Mm-hmm.
to put it in, but
Mm-hmm.
hanging out with Ballsy for too long, it kind of rubs off on you, and
Yeah.
now I kind of do it within stuff, but it's not like I'm gonna learn how to lip roll to fit in with all the new school beatboxers. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying that all new school beatboxers do it, but you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Yes.
And that goes for any sound.
Yes.
Lip roll was just one example, but
Is
yeah,
Ballsy the father of the lip roll? Like
he's
or the
definitely
lip bass. Let's say the lip
yeah
bass.
yeah lip bass. He's definitely he is definitely one of them. I know in the UK, um, there was a beatboxer called Decibel doing
Mm-hmm.
it back in the day. There's a
Mm-hmm.
video we just put up on UK Champs
Mm-hmm.
YouTube page, actually, from a
Yeah.
battle in 2005 where he's doing that. But then Killer Keller used to do it as well. He did a beat where he'd
Oh.
kind of do a lip roll. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
now it's oh yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. But then exactly, exactly.
Oh my god, you're blowing my mind.
Yeah, man. And then, but even way back when, like, there's people who have always done it, and I know there's beatboxers in other countries, and I think there's a few in the French scene that it dates back a long time. The same
Mm-hmm.
with the spit snares as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot there's a lot of history and a lot of the ways that the sounds kind of integrate with each other. But yeah, Ballsy is definitely one of
Mm-hmm.
the ones who made it popular in the new scene, and he's
Yeah.
definitely the king of that that really low
Mm-hmm.
sub bass that only
Yeah.
he can do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Shout out to
My
Patty.
mind
Shout
is
out to Patty.
spinning, bro. Like this Killer Keller thing now that. Oh my god! Like
Yeah.
finding out after such a long time that he actually did it, and whoa, what? And
Yeah,
I
man.
still have to. I remember the sound so well. I was like, yeah, it probably had some kind of effect on it because Killer Keller was very experimental. But
Yeah, yeah,
no
yeah.
way, he just did a inward lip bass.
Yeah, just in
Oh,
a different way.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. Okay, now we will dive into the feedback part of the interview. So we will start, Rilana. I don't know who is here now in the live chat, so please give me an update. I will start with Rufex because I'm seeing him in the chat at the very moment. I also received a new video. Thank you, Rilana, for uploading that. And we will dive directly into this. Let's see. So can you hear the video? I just paused it. You have to press like I'm live streaming here in Discord. So you have to press like watch the live stream.
Which stream? It wouldn't let me click it.
Yeah. So in Discord, when you click at the Beatbox Talk channel, then you can click. There should be a third window.
It's like got a no entry sign for me. I don't know why.
What? Okay.
What's happened with Discord?
Huh.
This is strange. Hang on.
So you can't click the live stream.
I can see that you're doing it, but it won't double click user to watch, and it just won't open it. Maybe if I shall I jump out and come back in, or is that gonna mess things up?
Let's give it a try because if it doesn't work, we can't continue with this part anyway. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
alright. It's
Because
alright.
at the moment on mine, it's saying I'm in a different.
Okay,
in a different channel.
I will move you. Hold on a second. And oh, now we switched sides. How interesting.
Hey, but I can see it now.
Okay, but you have to activate your camera, please.
Oh yeah.
And also, oh yeah, perfect. Now you can see it. Perfect, all fine. Then let's dive into it. We start with Rufex. Forever shout out to Seboom. Thank you, bro. Hobbit and Rilana. Shout out to Rilana for hooking us up with the videos again. Let's dive into this. Yup. Up. Oh, that was sick. Holy crap. Yo, bro. Woo.
Very
Rufex.
nice.
Yo. Like, if you would have had a proper microphone, that would be
Mm-hmm.
even more intense. That was good. Yo, yeah. So yeah, please, Hobbit. Please tell me, what do you think of Rufix, his
Yeah.
video, and you know, maybe some tips and tricks where you think he could do better.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out to Ruthix. That was sick. I really loved the idea, and the flow of
Mm-hmm.
that that routine. It had a nice journey to it, some good levels, and each time you kind of went into a drop, as it were, it had a different energy and a different sound, which was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I thought, yeah, use of some of the special sounds, like the post
Yeah.
snare bit in there was nice, and the your lip bass was really nice. Your lip
Mm-hmm.
roll. Um, I think. Um, what did I write? Oh yeah, on the build up to that first drop, when it was like the whatever the melody
Mm-hmm.
was exactly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
probably not exactly it, but it could. I think some lyrics in there would be really really dope.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, even if it's not singing or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
just. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Yeah, just build up and bring that extra energy in, which I thought could sound really nice there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then just make sure that uh, each of your each of your main sounds are really refined.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think your kicks were really solid in there, and you have a really nice inward K. But I think some of the snares, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they weren't that solid, because maybe you're thinking of some of the drops that are coming, or thinking of some of the patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just make sure some of those fundamentals, the basics, are really strong, because that can matter a lot. Even if your drops aren't super technical, if your beats are really solid, if you have a really solid and they're coming
Mm-hmm.
through really nice, then that's going to help drive the beat along. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
really great, man. Keep working on that inward bass as well. I can hear it's getting there, and it's going to be
Yeah.
really strong. But yeah, top work. I really enjoyed that. Great idea, and
Good job.
yeah, hope to see some more soon, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Rufex. Now we will jump to the next video. So it will be Tell Noah. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Oh, yeah. Um,
Straight in.
straight in. So yeah, we will continue with Tell Noah, and yeah, let's check it out.
A drum and bass goes like. A drum and bass goes like. And break it down. My beats are gonna show. I'm the king of the flow. Beats are gonna show I'm the king of the flow. I do with the grime like. I hit you with the clicks.
Yo. really cool. Yo, yo, yo.
Sick.
Holy crap. Bro, how old are you? I really want to know that as well because I
Yeah.
think you're pretty young, which makes it even more intense. So yeah, congrats. But yes, Hobbit, how did you like the video from Selnoa? And yeah, also if you have some advice to his video.
Yeah, man. Yeah, really great job, bro. Yeah, be interesting to know how old you are and how long you've been beatboxing as well. Would be cool to know. Yeah, I thought some really, again, really nice ideas.
Mm-hmm.
The drum and bass bit was sick.
18.
18,
Mm-hmm.
sick. How long have you been beatboxing as well? Let us know.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, the drum and bass bit was really nice. I thought the patterns were cool. I'd probably say maybe work on a variation of the bass line,
Mm-hmm.
the bass hit that you do. So at the moment you're doing like a, you could maybe add in a different bass variation on the second time around so that it evolves and it doesn't get too repetitive. So
Mm-hmm.
for example, something like something
Mm-hmm.
that just switches it up a bit.
Yeah.
But the switch to the breakdown was really cool. I really like that bit. And again, with that, maybe think about a different percussion to go to,
Mm-hmm.
because you had a really nice flow with it with the tickers, but you
Mm-hmm.
could maybe work on a different hi-hat pattern to again evolve that. And the clicks at the end were sick.
Mm-hmm.
Keep working on those. They're really unique and have
Yeah.
like a really nice flow to them, and I can hear that you're comfortable playing with them. And then again, fundamentals, basics, really push those sounds and get them really solid. And then work on any timing as well, just so that you know everything is solid.
Yeah.
Work to a click.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just keep practicing, man. You're on a great path, and yeah, keep going.
Absolutely. As you're saying, and also because like what's the feeling of his drum and bass, the timing was already pretty good. Like he chose the tempo of his drum and bass rhythm pretty
Yeah.
good. And I think this is one of the most difficult things that many beatboxers screw up: too fast or too slow. It
Yeah.
was pretty it was pretty nice speed. I really have to say that.
Yeah. And in fact, last thing I wanted to say, which I forgot to say at the beginning,
Mhm.
is have an intro, have a build up, because
Yeah.
the drop that you have is nice, but going straight into it is quite a surprise.
Mhm.
So even just a fill, just
Mhm.
something like that, or even if it's just however you want to do it, but just have that moment of building up and evolving
Mhm.
rather than it just coming straight in is yeah, I'd say is a
So
bit of
true.
advice which
So true. Yeah, congrats, bro. Like keep on going. So
keep it up.
so we will watch one more video. Rilana, please tell me, will it be Sin or will it be Bruni? I need to know, please. And also, yeah, shout out to Vkick. Shout out to yeah, Vkick. Welcome back. It's really nice that you are back again in the game. In the meantime, to Rilana tells me whose video we should watch, if it's Bruni or Sin. I have one question, and
Yeah.
that would be I saw George changed his name to Biggie, so Biggie is asking BG. Sorry, BG. Oh, now see, George is now BG. What do you think of the current online scene in general? By your criteria, is it going in the right direction? If you have a hard time pronouncing my name, just say BG. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you.
There you go. He even lets you know. Yeah,
Yes,
I
thank
think.
you.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's in a great place at the moment. The online scene is like it's always been there, and it's
Mhm.
growing even more. I mean, when the early days of when I started beatboxing, there was things like Ventrilo and
Yeah.
TeamSpeak, where I got to beatbox with people like Korean Effects back in the day, and Heat. Shout out to Heat. And yeah, just some great times back then. But yeah, I think now with the rise of Discord, which obviously we're on now, and channels like Beatbox Community, Beatbox International, Baltic Coast Beatbox, the Clip server for looping. There's so many different amazing channels happening out there. And there's battles happening all the time. I know that Beatbox Community were doing their series where they were having like 3 different battles a day to cater for different people in different time zones, which is incredible. But apart from the battling, all these channels have jam channels that you can go in and you can just talk with people, learn stuff, be like, hey, I've got this idea for a beat, can I show you? And you can get instant feedback. And you can take advice if you want to or not. It depends. It depends who you're taking advice of. But obviously, it's just great to be able to have those, have those places. And I think the online scene is just going to continue to grow. And obviously, with the pandemic happening this past year, it's meant that it's grown even more. And there's been this really nice transition or connection rather of real world beatboxers and the online scene, where they haven't had the opportunity to go to live events, and then you're getting this amazing merge of different beatboxers. And for example, when I did the UK Champs online edition, we had an extra battle event because we didn't have the live event last year, and there was like a bunch of online UK beatboxers who I'd never heard of, and it's like, why are you not coming to the event? Come to the event, represent. Even if you don't want to battle, just come and chill and meet fellow beatboxers in your scene. And I feel like that's just going to happen more. So I think I've got a lot of love for the online scene and hope it continues to grow, and hope we get to do more stuff like this when real life happens again. But this can all still keep going.
Absolutely. So Rilana told us we will watch the video from Bruni, and I'm very curious because Sin we had the last time, that's true. So I'm excited for that one. So sick. We will watch this video, then we will ask 2 more questions, and then we will have the showcase from Hobbit. Yeah! Woo! Oh yeah! Okay.
Yeah.
I've been searching for you. I've been searching for you. I've been searching. I've been searching until the dawn. I've been scratching for you. I've been scratching for. I've been searching. I've been searching until the dawn. Searching. I've been searching for you. I've been searching for you. I've been searching. I've been searching. I just wanna know where you are. I just wanna know where you've gone. So I'm gonna search for you until the. searching for. Searching for. I've been searching for you. Boom, dum, boo. I've been searching for you. Boo, dum, dum, boo. I've been searching. Boo. I've been searching for you.
Very, very nice.
Sick.
That was really, really nice to listen to. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
It's very
Um,
original.
I'm not sure, but I think he might have perfect pitch. Like, I think his hearing, because it's not too far off, even though so
Mm.
much is happening.
Mm.
Yeah, but what do you think? That's not what I think. What do you
No,
think?
yeah, I think it's a good observation, man. I think the title is very correct. Insane potential. That's
Mhm.
definitely
Mm-hmm.
yeah, insane potential for sure, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beautiful, catchy melody and lyrics. Yeah, I think the singing and everything there was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think again, just working on getting those sounds solid. Those like again, I think this can relate to all the videos we watched tonight. It's about like coming up with these great ideas, and everyone's had these amazing ideas, but it's just working on those sounds and
Mm-hmm.
practicing them religiously, like sitting down on a whether it's on a system or in a room and doing 500 kick drums and making sure
Yeah.
that each one sounds like the last one, sitting there going
Yeah.
so you're getting them as solid, and the same with your snares.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really focusing on getting all those sounds, because the ideas that these beatboxers are having is amazing, and
Yeah.
that one especially, I really loved it.
Yeah.
I would say the two drops are really nice, but I'd switch them around,
Mm-hmm.
because that first one was really nice for an end drop, because it's powerful, like the
True.
it could work as a second drop because it's a bit more heavier, and then the second drop that he did is a bit more melodic, and it could sound nice coming first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great idea. If anything, maybe shorten it a little bit so that the lyrics don't get too repetitive, but that's a real minor thing.
Yeah.
Because they get stuck in your head. They're still stuck in my head now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man, just work on those fundamental sounds, and I think just the more practice he's gonna get, he's just gonna level up and level up, because
Yeah.
those ideas are there that early. And if he's able to make something like that, which is really catchy and still stuck
Mhm.
in my head, then yeah, the potential's there.
Great potential. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Also, thank you very much, Rilana, for hooking us up with those videos.
Thank you.
Shout out to Tell Noah once again. Thank you for the great video. Rufex, thank you very much. And Bruni as well. Thank you all so much. So now we have 2 more questions, and then we will head directly to the showcase. So the first one is a bit of a tricky question. Create your dream beatbox team, a new team of 4 beatboxers.
Oh. Okay, not including myself.
Yeah, it's like some have, some didn't. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I don't need to be in it. I'll be like
the
you know,
coach.
like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll be Splinter. You know? I'll be there, like
Yes.
I'll be there watching over everyone. Whew. All right. So number 1 for me in my dream team is Alexinho.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just think his versatility, sorry,
Mhm.
his sounds, his energy,
Mhm.
his yeah, his just overall sound really, really works for me.
Yeah.
I'd love Alex in there. Second, I would have Gene.
Gene.
Yeah, Gene for some musicality and real nice, overall perfection in sounds and ideas, and yeah, I really rate Gene. Third, I think I would go for let me think. I'd also on a again, I'm going for quite a musical group, so that's my style that I'm really into. I'm gonna chuck in Bellatrix into the mix.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think she'd work really well with the musicality of Gene and of Alex, and those sounds integrated together would be really nice. Yeah, and then finally, my last, excuse me, the last person I would have is. I'm gonna go with Ballsy.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
to, just because of his cleanliness, his technical ability, and yeah, just because I know he'd work great in a crew like that. So yeah, that's my off the top, my one group. That's Group A, but I've still got Group B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
Yeah, about 200 beatboxes easy,
Yeah.
just split them up in group. But that's a very nice team. So we have Alexinho, Bellatrix, Ballsy, and Gene.
Yeah.
That's very good. I like that. That's very
Nice.
good. Okay, so the last question for today. So I'm sorry that I couldn't read out all of them, but next Thursday we will. Oh, kitty.
Cat.
Yes.
Always invades the space.
So we will have next Thursday another Beatbox Talk at 8 p.m. again with BMG. And next week, Monday, we will have the Beatbox Talk with Reeps one. And the one after
Sick.
will be with Eon / Swish Beatbox himself. So we will have some very, very interesting Beatbox Talks coming up, everybody. So be prepared. And on Sunday, you guys will get some new information about the Beatbox Summer Jam in Graz, Austria. Oh, yeah. And and so the last question for this Beatbox Talk is, please tell us about future projects that you're working on, and maybe you can give us some insight on stuff coming up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so things are starting to open up again in the UK, which is great. So it shows that it's starting to happen. Finally. But yeah, I have. So for anyone who follows me on socials or not, on my Instagram in January, I did a thing called the 30-day beat challenge, where I did a new video every day for 30 days. So I came up with a new idea, recorded it, edited it, mixed it, and uploaded it, which was a hell of a challenge. Shout out to Nali, who's been doing it for a few years, to inspire me to do the idea. And I thought, why not? No better time than when you're in a pandemic and can't go anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, from off the back of that, I've recorded two tracks, and an extra bonus track, which have been multi-track recorded, and they will be released soon on Spotify. So make sure you follow me for that. I'm also working on with UK Beatbox Champs. We have our UK Beatbox Championships archive series, which we're currently putting out, which at the moment we're halfway through the 2005, the first ever UK Beatbox Championships. So I think tomorrow we have a video of Beardy Man battling MC Zany, which is pretty cool. Real history there. And then following that, it will be the final, which is Beardy versus Famous Effects. And we have more content with that coming. This is real history right there. And then, come see me at a show if you can. I will no doubt be at GBB, and also working on a lot of stuff with BoxCon Global. So please do follow them. Um, I'm hosting a bunch of stuff with them and working with them a lot. So yeah, more stuff coming soon, more videos, and there's also a special video coming this week on my YouTube page for something that's coming up. So check that out. Come follow me. Come say hey. Write me a message. I'm always I'll always reply.
So guys, you heard the man. Keep following Hobbit's channels, Instagram, YouTube. You don't want to miss out. A lot is going to come. A lot is already happening. And what's happening now is we are finally coming to the Beatbox showcase of Hobbit. So bro, may I ask you please to drop some beats for us?
Of course.
Yo.
Here we go. Sound is leveled up a little bit.
Yeah, perfect.
Sounds good?
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for the amazing questions. Shout out to Seboom. Shout out to Nexor. Shout out to Rilana. And it goes like this. Take it back old school. Seboom. Run that rhythm.
go, bro. Woo! Yeah. Man, that was really sick. Man, you're so clean. Holy shit, man. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So everybody else, now you know what you mean, working your fundamentals so that all the sounds are really clean. Yeah.
Look at that. I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, man. That was really sick. Holy crap, guys.
Thank you,
Whoa. Whoa. Also, Danger, thank you very much for the donation. Thank you.
Oh, thank you,
Best man. Super sick. So, everybody here in the live chat, thank you all so much for all those great questions. Please take care. See you next Thursday at the Beatbox Talk with BMG. And most importantly, Hobbit, bro, thank you so much for joining in. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, it was great. And yeah, thank you everyone for those amazing questions. Yeah, it was great to chat with you all, great to connect, and always great to see you, bro. And yeah, hopefully see you all again soon.
Seboom. Seboom.